Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good middle of the night, depending on when you're watching this video. We're back for another video. So thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Tom. I'm the office manager of the Twin Cities Men's Center, and I'm coming to you from the office of the Twin Cities Men's Center. And look who's here, look who's here, look who we have. It's Terry Ramon back for another interview with me. And of course, it's always a good day when you get to spend some time with Terry Ramon. Here we are with another interview. Terry's going to be doing another presentation for us 1 week from tonight. But I'm going to let Terry introduce herself, tell us a little bit about herself and about her program that she's presenting next Monday. For now, take it away, Terry Ramon.
Thank you so much, Tom, for the warm welcome. Yeah, Terry Roman. I live in Wisconsin in the northeastern part. I had been a social worker for over 30 years now, but I gravitated to health coaching a few years ago because I myself was getting burned out in that realm. And I realized that I wanted to be on the prevention side of health. I was working with a lot of people who had a lot of medical problems, including things like diabetes and dementia. And I could see how when people were overly medicated, their health would really go down quickly.
You'd think
Yeah.
being medicated would be a good thing, and you were seeing not so much.
No, in fact, a lot of older people were being medicated on 10, 12, 15 different medicines. And a lot of times, what would happen is they would have all these side effects that they didn't realize was from the medicines. And oftentimes, they'd get dizzy, they'd have a fall, they'd end up in the nursing home. And then a lot of them even wouldn't recover there because they would end up with pneumonia and pass away very early. And
Wow.
I just was like, no, this is not for me. My mom passed away from being overly medicated for depression when she was only 38 years old. So that always
Wow.
made me question medication from a very early age. I was
Mhm.
only 18 and she was 38 when she died. So ever since then, I have been very skeptical about using medicine as a first resort. If you need to use it as a crutch for a little bit, but then do the research and try to figure out how you can get off that as soon as possible because all medicines have long-term effects. So, anyways, I take a very natural approach to health, focusing on some key pillars for health. One being eating real whole food, hydrating yourself, making sure you're taking your supplements wisely, making sure you're getting enough sleep and exercise and
Wow.
stress management. That is one of the big ones.
Getting enough sleep, eating good food, and exercising, those all sound like things that Americans are not very good at.
It's funny because we're probably told to do these things and people know to do these things, but they just don't prioritize them.
Right.
They're the basics for health. They're foundational, super important.
Yeah. So tell us about the spring reset. What's that about?
Basically, we're going to be talking about how to cultivate a healthy microbiome, specifically your gut microbiome. We'll be talking about a three-step framework for stress management that I really like. We'll be talking about the importance of connection, connection with yourself, with other people, with nature, with your purpose in your life, exploring those things, and how to supplement wisely because
Mm,
about 90% of the supplements on the market are not very effective. So you got to know if you're going to take supplements, how to buy them and take the ones that are worth spending the money on.
right. Yeah. Yeah. So you've got these pillars around sleep and
Yes.
connection. But how does that all tie into the gut?
Gut health is all those things. A lot of people don't make that connection, but
Mm,
you have what they call a gut brain axis. You have the vagus nerve that ties from your gut to your brain,
mhm.
and your microbiome controls all these things. So if you are, for example, not eating good, healthy food, your gut bugs are going to, the ones that are in there that are not good for you, they're going to
Mhm.
populate more. And the more you put healthy food into your gut, those are going to populate more to give you the energy that you
Mm,
need. That is so key because your gut microbiome is responsible not only for your physical well being, but also your mental,
mm,
cognitive, and emotional well being,
mm.
your ability to regulate your emotions. So, gut health is really where you want to focus your attention for health. And sleep's a part of that. If you don't get a good night's sleep, you're going to feel that, and your microbiome suffers from lack of sleep. If you're not hydrating enough, your cells are not going to do a really good job of providing energy for you. It's all tied together.
So you were saying emotional health and your gut is tied to your brain and whatnot. I keep hearing about brain fog. How does brain fog play into this? How does that look with the gut? What's going on there?
There's a lot of factors going on there. Let's say you're eating ultra processed food or a lot of sugars. It's going to create inflammation in your whole body, starting with your gut, and then it spreads to your brain. And that's where people get brain fog and are not very clear in their head. They may feel a little bit dizzy. And a lot of times, by eating a lot of these processed foods, it basically deteriorates your gut lining.
Mm.
Okay. And when that happens, you get little holes in the gut lining, and that leads to a lot of inflammation throughout the body. So it'll get to your brain, which is why they're calling things like dementia, type 3 diabetes.
Wow. Yeah. So pretend I'm a newbie. I don't know anything about this. You just said ultra processed foods. Can you give me some examples of ultra processed foods? I have no idea what that is. What would that be?
Number one, it comes in a package, but it has a lot of ingredients in there. So,
Mm,
take for example, things like your cookies, cakes, pastries, and your donuts. Those are all highly processed foods. Potato chips, Doritos, all those kind of chips, candy bars, soda, extremely processed. Those are ultra processed foods. You have things like bread. Some breads are minimally processed, but when you look at the labels of things, if there's more than 5 ingredients, you're putting things into your body that your body does not recognize as food, is going to cause inflammation
mm.
in your body. That just puts a lot more stress on your body all around.
Wow. So someone's going to go to your workshop on Monday. What are they going to see? What are they going to get out of it? What's the benefits? What's the advantage of attending the workshop on Monday?
Number one, they'll be getting a plan when they come to the workshop. So we're going to be focusing on 4 different areas so we can really dive deep into the areas of the gut microbiome. It won't be too deep because the workshop is only 2 hours, but we will help you understand why it's important to start taking care of your gut microbiome. And then we'll be talking about the stress because stress and your gut go hand in hand. The more stress you have in your life, it's going to affect your gut microbiome, vagus nerve, and your ability to regulate your emotions. And it's going to affect everything. And then connection, learn about why that is so crucial to our well being, and supplementing wisely. If you're going to spend the money on any type of supplements, where should you start? So I'll be talking about that in the workshop as well. During this workshop, they will receive a cortisol reducing guide so they
Mhm.
can start looking at all these pillars and actually know how to put them into place. It's a workshop, not a lecture, which means you're going to be writing things down for yourself and developing your own goals after
Mm.
you attend the workshop. So you not just attend the workshop, but actually commit to doing something after that.
When they get a plan, they don't get Terry's plan, the one size fits all for everybody. They're going to walk out with a plan that's adapted and customized just for them.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow, very
Yes.
cool. But the
Yeah.
cortisol is more of like a one size fits all tips and ideas on how to reduce the cortisol.
Right, that's their stress hormone. A lot of people have a lot of stress in their life. So if you're working at reducing your cortisol level, that'll help make you a lot more even keeled person.
Right. Cool. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be there. Any last thoughts or anything you want to share before we wrap it up?
Anybody who tends gets their name put in the hat for a special drawings into one of my next challenges.
Well, very cool. So you get to win a spot in the next challenge. This workshop is free. We do ask for donations, but there's no charge to it. When you're watching this video, if you're on Facebook, there's going to be a link in the comments where you can register for this workshop. Get yourself signed up. We'll get you a link so you can attend. It's from 7 to 9 p.m. next Monday, March 23rd, Central Time. Open to men and women. We'd love to have a nice mix of people there because the more mix of people we have there, it's always better workshops. It's a lot of fun. Anything else last minute before we take off, Terry?
Just continue to be well as best you can.
Sign up for the workshop. We'll see you on Monday. Take good care of yourselves. Hopefully, Terry will come back and talk to some more. We definitely want to see you at the workshop. Have a good day, everybody, and we are out of here. Bye bye.